recording.
Great, wonderful. Anybody else, if you want to record independently on your computer, all you have to do is go to the session window above the PowerPoint, and you can hit start recording. But we'll send you a copy of the recording after class as well. So if you have any questions, you can email us, or you can take a look at the recording. As I was saying, this class is, I'm very excited about it. It's really a great way for you to get individual focus and attention. It's the only class that we offer that like 3 individual sessions and a rigorous training plan. So if you're curious about improving English and setting goals, maybe you're studying for the LPE, or maybe, you really want to improve your speaking, or maybe improve your email writing, or your report writing, or any other specific skill. This class is really great because we'll help you with the specific things that you need to improve your English. So to go over the course and explain it in general to you, as get some brief introductions from you. And then the second part, I'll explain the playtest and the software. So there's always a lot of questions and confusion about this in the beginning. So I'm hoping that after today, you'll be 100% crystal clear, no problem, and we'll set up with the software. If time allows, we'll have a quick discussion about what kind of learning goals you can set, and you can focus on working towards achieving those learning goals in this course. Okay, so there are 2 instructors, so myself and Dilek. We'll quickly introduce ourselves. So my name is Katie. I'm in New York City, and I've been working at the UN for just about 2 years now, but I've been teaching English for about 8 years. And in addition to working at the UN, I also work as the Director of Education at online English language school that makes software to help students learn English. So I'm very excited about using different technology, and I make some recommendations to you about different applications and websites that you might need. Dilek, do you want to go ahead and introduce yourself as well?
Hey everyone, I am based in New York now. Sometimes I travel. Usually I go back to Turkey where my mom is. You might see me next session from Turkey. At the moment I'm in New York. Been at the UN English program for 11 years, and I'm teaching since 1984. But yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dilek. Dilek is very, very experienced and a wonderful teacher, and I'm really excited that we're working together in this class. So Dilek will help guide us in our second session. So we have 3 group sessions, and I will help with this one again. So you'll hear from both of us throughout the course. Assigned to one of us, either or Dilek will be giving you individual sessions. Are here, but they're also listed on the syllabus that I sent everyone. Okay. So the general summary of the course. So in this specialized English course, you study at your own pace with the support of your instructor. So notice it says guided self-study, right? So self-study part is you practicing on your own time, and then spending about 1 hour per week minimum, setting aside some time for you to practice your English. I'm personally studying Portuguese right now on my own time, so I know it's really important to set aside some time every week to practice. Also have our help and support, so we will be there to give you individual attention as well. A personalized learning goal and this interactive online software to complete assignments. And the software we're going to be using is called Pure English Interactive. I'll give you some more details about that soon. Online software is designed to help you improve your listening, speaking, grammar, reading, vocabulary, and pronunciation. So can do those things. Usually students focus on the areas that they think are most important to them, but it offers many different types of activities so that you can improve your English in a variety of different areas. The course schedule, we have 3 group sessions. This is the first group session. And they're about a month apart. We have one at the beginning of May, one at the end of May, and one at the end of June. The idea is that the group sessions are spread apart, and that between the group sessions, you have individual sessions. And through the entire 10 weeks, you'll see on your own. And when you purchase the software, you'll actually have access to it for a full year. So you can continue to your developed self-study plan even after the course. Individual sessions are 20 minutes long. They run to 20 to 30 minutes. And your instructor will email you a link as to where you can sign up for your individual session. So we'll send out like a Google Sheet or something shortly after this class, once we get a sense of who is enrolled and who is, just the software. And you can go there to sign up for your sessions with your teacher. Any questions so far? If you have a question, you can also, there's a little hand icon above the chat window, so you can push that, or you can always unmute yourself and interrupt me if you have a question. Any questions? No? Okay. So those requirements. So first, you're going to be taking an online placement test to determine your level. I sent out the link to the online placement test in your email. And the reason why you need to do that is because there's actually 4 different levels of Pearson English Lab software. So after you take the placement test, it will tell you and make a recommendation about which level you should buy. Level 1, level 2, level 3, or level 4. And this is $5 and requires you to use a credit card. And if you have any questions about that, you can always ask me or Jody, who is our coordinator at UNHQ. And he can help you a little bit about why we are unfortunately requiring you to pay for this. This is free, of course, but the software unfortunately is not free. We don't have any licenses for it through the UN. However, some students may have access to English First software. So there were 3 students that said they had access to it. What were their names?
Okay.
Mohani.
I remember the
here. So, honey,
yeah.
You should check to see if you have access to that English First software. Miriam, yes, go ahead. Hi, Miriam.
I wanted just to say that I have access to this CS learning platform.
You do. So great. We can continue to use that for you.
Marina is there.
Miriam has access to it.
Okay, so there is Marina. Okay, let me write Marina, Mohan, and Hani.
And also Miriam. Great. Annie, did you have a question?
I'd like to make sure if exactly should I search for it. Is it in Sweden? I'm sure.
It's there's a URL. It's like es.com. Let me follow up with you about that after class, Honey, because
yes, please. Thank you.
Yes. Were you told by someone at the UN that you have access to it? How did you know that you had access to it?
No, I just wondering, just a question, because I received an email from the course organizer, or I don't know, it's from the platform Inspiria.
Okay. Let's follow up on that after class, Honey.
Okay, please. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. everybody who doesn't have access to EF, you can use Pearson software, and it's really great, as it covers many different skills. In addition to using the software, we ask that you attend a minimum of 2 out of the 3 individual sessions with the course instructor, and we'll sign up for you either via WebEx or Skype if you prefer. For some reason, Skype works better. I don't know. It depends, on your preference. And that's that you attend and participate actively in 2 out of the 3 group sessions, and also complete a post-course survey. So we'll send you a survey at the end to get some feedback about the class. You participate, hand to speak. So I told you guys that hand button is above the chat window. So actually, everybody, next to the hand icon, there's a green check icon. Could you try pressing the green check? Well, okay, everybody has pushed it. Wow, you guys are great listeners. Usually that's way more difficult. Great job. So give me a green check if it is your first time using WebEx, and give me a red X if you've used WebEx before. Okay. So this is your first time using WebEx. People. Okay. So you can remove your text or your X's now. So I'll give some feedback. It's good to remove it. And you can use the pointer. So if you look above the chat window or above the whiteboard, there's a pointer tool that I'm using right now. Use that to Yep, good job. You can use that actually on the chat window. It's a helpful interactive tool. And you can also use the text tool. So if you look next to that, there's a letter T. So you type on the board. That might have you use these tools so that you can interact with us during class. Great. Awesome. Okay, so next. So for any reason, please withdraw from using Inspira and let us know. There's students on the wait list. There's like 50-something students on the wait list. So if you'd like to withdraw, please do so. So far, I'm going to explain more about the software and how to use it. But any questions on anything that I said already? If you have a question, you can unmute yourself or raise your hand. Alessandra?
Sorry, on the test. I think you sent the link to the test. I missed it. Would it possible, please?
I'll show you exactly where you could find that in just a minute, Alessandra.
Thank you.
Yeah, did you have a question?
Dear, I think I'm listening to an echo to your voice. I don't know why for 5 minutes now, but it's okay. I need to ask you about. I need to make sure that you will be sending us the links to purchase the. Right?
Yes, I'll show you exactly where it is. Yes, of course. Now, one recommendation I have for you, Haya, if you're hearing an echo, is in a headset. It really helps to deal with the feedback.
Actually, putting a headset like yours, I'm hearing an echo. I don't know why.
I'm not sure.
It's a light echo. It's fine.
Okay, about that.
Don't worry.
Was that a question? Unmute you.
Acquire, yeah. How do I about to acquire the software? I had in the first in the survey I said that I wouldn't money to buy it, but I do have. So.
Oh, yay!
I mean, if you could send me the instructions by email.
Mm-hmm. I'll show you exactly where to find that just right now. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes. Okay. And all right, so let's go into it. But before I explain the software, I just want to quickly everybody to introduce themselves. So if you could take, and also to practice using the WebEx tool, so take your pointer and click to a spot on here. A different spot. So Miriam has a second spot. Virginia are fighting over a spot. Virginia, which one are you in? You can move your point also after you click it the first time. Great. Take your text tool, and I just want you to fill this out. So, put your name, your race, using the text, and one skill that you want to improve. Hi, if you just joined us. Can you hear? Hi, how are you?
Fine, how are you?
I'm great, thank you.
I'm sorry, I joined late for the sake of network problem.
No problem. Great. Like we have people over. This is wonderful. We have a diverse group all over the world. Minute, and if you have a Mac, you still wait after you write something, because for some reason it doesn't show the text until you click away from the board. I don't know. Speaking, writing, speaking, you guys are in the right class. This is really designed to help you with your writing and speaking, but we help with reading, and said they were interested in working on that as well. Vocabulary. Oh, hi, Hermione. Good. Okay, Miriam, Jose, Hassan, what do you guys want to focus on? Okay, great. Skiing, wonderful. Okay, so this looks great. It sounds like everybody's, we've got people from all over. Let's just quickly, I'm curious, just somebody is. So take your picture and guess where you are in the world. Nice. Continents. Wonderful, wonderful. Hi, welcome. So we're joining us now as well. Welcome. Okay, happy that we have such a national group. I guess I expect nothing less from you then, right? Okay, so I'm now finally going to explain to you all the things that you've been wondering about. So these are the links. Now, let me share my screen with you because I want to show you something. Desktop. Okay, able to see my screen now and my messy desktop. I apologize. But this is the course syllabus. I'll see the chat window while you are looking at my screen. Go to the top of the screen, a little, there's a bar that comes down from the top. You can go there to click and open the chat window so you can see at the same time if you have any questions. It's a course syllabus, and it includes here the lesson schedule and requirements and some information about myself and DLEC and our coordinators. But then if you look on the page, this is super important. This has all the directions that you need. So I will copy again of the syllabus. I already sent it to everyone. This is in your email, and I'll walk through the steps with you individually. But step 1 to take the placement test. Okay, so the link to the placement test is right here. It takes about 5 minutes or less. After the test, your recommended level will be displayed. Okay, software you should purchase for the class. Next, you purchase an access code for your level. So you go to this URL, and it will show you 4 different types of software, and you have to pick which one you want based on how well you did in the placement test. Okay, if you're one you should get, you can always email me if you're thinking, oh, I'm on the fence, I don't know, should I get 2 or 3 or 4? And you can purchase the software here. You click on this button, add to cart, and then you'll need to check out. It's just like any other online purchase. So after you enter your payment information, you will receive a student access code. Now, this is crazy to me because there's 2 different codes. So the first code, the code that they give you here, it looks something like this, like simple, this kind of code with a bunch of letters. They'll give you a code. This is code number 1. You're going to need to get it because you're going to need it to register for the software. So add the software. Then you have to go to this URL and you enter your access code. So that creates your purchase with software that you bought. And then enter the access code in this box. And I agree to the license agreement. It'll ask you some questions, basic personal information, and then finish. Finally, you can join your class. Now, the reason why step 4 is really important is because I won't be able, Dilek and I, your teachers, won't be able to see what you are doing unless you join class. So you'll go, right, you'll log in, and the second code comes in, okay? So code number 2 are codes that are listed here. These are class codes. And so once you enter in the class code, then you're registered in the course, and then Dilek and I can see you. We can give back. We can, how many hours you're spending in the software, etc. It's a great way for us to have a little community online. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing, and I'm actually going to show you now what I'm talking about. So let me also pull this up. I'm going to share my screen with you. Okay. The tab that I have open here is the placement test. So that first link take you here. So you're going to listen to the announcement here, choose the correct answer. There's 25 questions here. Take about 45 minutes, but it might take less depending on how long it takes you to answer 25 questions. Then you go to this page. It says buy access codes here. And choose which level. Okay. After that, and it'll ask you to enter in your access code. So whatever the code was that you acquired once you purchased the class. And then you hit next, and it'll join you. Finally, you have to log in. To log in, it'll ask you, sorry, this is not the correct page. When you log in, it will ask you for the course code, and you'll type that code in to join. Okay? And all these links are here, and I'll send you this PowerPoint, but they're also in the syllabus that I sent you. Questions so far about how to join the class? Give me a green that was like 100% clear. You have a question. Okay, I'm going to unmute you. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. Which level of the placement test should I opt for?
So the placement test is designed to, the reason why I want you to take the test is so that it will help you decide which level. So after you finish the test, it will say something like, "Hey, you are level 3," and you will push level 3 because your performance on the test tells you which level to buy.
Mhm. Okay. Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
great.
Good.
Other questions, Jose?
No.
Okay,
Thank you.
great.
Thank you. Bye.
Kaya, you have a question?
But I need just from you to resend me the link of the test and make sure that I receive it because, as you said, you have sent it, but I didn't receive anything.
Okay, so the first email that I sent you guys is like, "Welcome to English Guided Self-Study." It has the syllabus in it, but I promise you after the class today, for myself, we'll send you again the syllabus, and we will send you basically the syllabus and this recording.
Yeah.
That have everything.
Thank you.
Oh,
Thank you.
great. Anybody else have questions so far about how to purchase the software? Now, if you don't have a credit card, I would recommend borrowing one, or using a friend's. I guess you wouldn't really borrow it, but maybe you can use a friend's credit card or someone in your office, colleague, and I'm sure I wish I had a better solution, but unfortunately, we use some kind of credit card to purchase the class. Okay. I'll give you a quick tour of the software. I'm going to show you what you can do. Some of the main areas. There's a home. Top of the page, once you log in, there's 4 buttons on the top: home, core, gradebook, and settings. Now, the thing I need to remember is when you want to do assignments, just click on the course button. Just click the course. Let me show. I'm going to give you a little tour. I'm going to log in to the main page. Sorry. Oops. It's loading, guys. To log in, notifications on the side, you can ignore them. 4 buttons at the top: assignments, course, gradebook, messages. Oh, there's 5 settings. Use the assignments one. Don't worry about that. Where you want to go. So with the course, you'll see on the left side of the screen, there's just modules: module A, B, C, and some tests. So and you can click on module, and there's different chapters. It's an online textbook. So think about it like a textbook. You open it up, and there are resources up at the top. Like a summary of what the unit is about, for example. The unit says, there's a listening video, there's some vocabulary words about feeling, speaking expressions, grammar for the simple present and present continuous, etc. So you can get an overview there. And in each of these sections, so this one is listening, there's video listening, along with some activities that you can do with the listening. There's vocabulary. Okay, there's different points here that you can focus on. More so task-based listening, so related to specific situations. Here, talking about stress and rhythm, which are both really important topics. And new quizzes. So this will, cover up everything that you want. And all just in one chapter module. So there's 3 modules. Now, in no way do we expect you to do all of the entire thing, You get through, a few of them, maybe like 3, 4. It's all up to you. It's about maybe you look at this and say, okay, you know what? I don't really want to do writing or speaking. I really want to focus on listening. So maybe only do the listening activities. It's up to you. Your choice, your decision, which things you want to focus on, because this class is for you. Okay. A grade book up here at the top. This is me. Will contain some information about but be able to see this. This is a diagnostic tab, and it'll give you some information about your performance. Should be able to see that. You can send a message to me in the software or direct. I prefer if you send me an email. And there's some settings here as well. You don't really need to worry too much about that. Like I said, focus course tab. It's about the software so far. Raise your hand if you have any questions about how to use it. Once you get in, it's a lot easier. You'll be able to see what it is and experiment and play with it a little bit. So I don't. Question? No. As a question, please raise your hand. Okay. So modules listed here, which are the ones I went over. I just for the first week to try practicing a variety of activities for Module 1. So you choose which areas you think will be beneficial, but you don't know if you like it until you try it. So I recommend try everything. Experience everything and then see which ones you think will be helpful. So involvement in this course. So you may be wondering, okay, so now that's the software, but what about these individual sessions? What is that all about? So the teacher is going to meet individually with you up to 3 times. As I mentioned before, we will send a sign-up sheet. We help you to establish a language goal. We answer any question about content in the software. So for example, if you're doing some exercises, say with continuous and you're having a difficult time, you can always ask us questions about what you're doing in the software and we'll be happy to help you. We'll provide you feedback on additional optional reading and writing. I'm sorry, this should actually say but we can do reading as well. But reading and writing tend to be the focus. So these assignments. So session. It'll say what you want to focus on in this class. Either be writing or speaking. Now, if you want to do something else, someone suggested they wanted to do reading. You can just mention that to us. We're open and flexible. But tell us the topics that you're interested in. Is it maybe it's speaking in meetings or specific grammar points, or you want to focus on minutes writing or report writing. So write down next to sign up. It'll say, here's the time. They write your name, and then you write the topic that you want to focus on. And about a week before class, Black and I will give you a short assignment for writing or speaking. So say, for example, okay, you want to practice interviewing, then I want you to, these sample interview questions and prepare yourself for an interview. And then during the speaking lesson, we'll actually do an interview with you, so you can practice that. So for writing, a writing assignment before the meeting, and then we feedback during the meeting. So let's go to work on report writing. Or maybe we can't read 20 pages, but we might be able to read 1 or 2 pages. And you feedback during the meeting about your report. And we'll try to give you some points, to work on reported speech or the passive voice or something like that. Okay, so we'll do feedback during the session. First, you're going to prepare to discuss a topic before the meeting. So we'll give information about how, you to prepare for your speaking topic. And then the class will discuss the topic, and then we'll give you feedback during the meeting, after the meeting, about what you could do to improve. Okay? So far? Great. signups. As a reminder, we will email you with a link to a Google spreadsheet, and you can sign up for all 3 sessions there. Decide if you want to focus on writing or speaking. I'll give you a topic for the session. Really, you choose the topic, but we'll give you some, if your topic's too general, we'll help you make it more specific, or too specific, maybe we'll help you make it more general. We'll give input about a week before, so that you can prepare for it. So to change your session, please email your teacher at least 48 hours before the session, since we plan our lives around this too. So we appreciate it if you give us some advance notice if you want to change this session. Okay, I want to finally talk a little bit about learning goals, and how you can succeed in this class, because I'll tell you, a lot of people take online classes and then they never finish them. It's a very common phenomenon. And a big reason that people fail is because they don't set clear goals for their learning, right? And they don't have a plan. If you yourself, I'm going to do something, but you don't really plan it out, the odds that you're going to succeed in this goal are very minimal. I think it's really important that you ask yourself, how can I avoid this pitfall? Defining your purpose really helps a lot with motivation. So, it's important to ask yourself why you're doing something in life, right? If you want to be motivated to do something, you have an understanding of why you want to do that thing. Like, why is that this thing is so important for you? So some examples. Why do you want to do more meaningful work? Oh, because it makes you feel fulfilled and happy. You want to build change you want to see in the world. Oh, it makes you feel like you're making a difference, and that's something important to you. Do you want to run every morning to live a long and healthy life? So I want you to ask yourself, why do I want to learn English? There's many reasons why you might want to learn English, right? I'm sure for a lot of you it's professional reasons, but maybe you also want to be able to have conversations while you're traveling. There are a variety of different reasons why people want to learn English. Maybe you have ambitions to go back to school, something like that. You have to ask yourself, what is the reason and the purpose for my doing this? And specifically, these are some other questions to consider. So, what skills do I most want to improve? Reading, etc. So, for example, I'm learning Portuguese, and for speaking is most important because I want to be able to communicate with people in a spoken way. I don't expect that I'm going to be doing too much writing, so I focus most on my speaking. In a situation, they spend most of their time at work writing emails, and maybe they don't spend very much time speaking. So, about the skill areas that you want to focus on are really important. Oh, the question?
I'm a Brazilian, so I speak Portuguese.
Ah.
If you have any chance, if anything would be helpful, okay? So.
Okay.
Okay, de nada.
Thank you. Where in Brazil are you?
Minas Gerais.
Oh, okay. My company is in Belo Horizonte.
Oh, in Belo Horizonte. Yes,
Yeah.
I lived there for 4 years. Yeah.
Wow. What a small world. What a small world. That's great to know. I have a million questions for you.
Okay. Feel free.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So, thinking about the skill areas is important, and also your areas of strength and weakness. So, what are you good at, and what do you need to improve? How often you will practice is really important. So, you need to set a goal for yourself. Like myself, okay, I'm going to study Portuguese for 1 hour a week, and I'm going to take classes online for 1 hour a week. If I do more, that's great. But, I realize that I'm an extremely busy person, and I don't have that much time So, I only set aside as much time as I know realistically I'm going to be able to practice. I have specific ways that I practice. So I subscribe to podcasts that to practice Portuguese, and I also sometimes different learning applications to practice Portuguese, and I also have conversations with a native speaker. Tools help me learn in English in the past. So if there's something specific that you've used before and it worked, don't keep. Just a quick framework that I really like. I think it's very nice and motivational because it's something that it's called SMART goals. This is a framework that is all about how you can set yourself a clear goal. What does it mean to have a clear goal? Now, but you get the idea, I'm sure, from looking at it. A good goal is specific, okay? What you want to do. It's something very clear. If you just say generally, I want to learn English, like that's not really a goal, right? But you say, I want to improve my English speaking for, a business trip that I have coming up, and I want to be able to communicate in English the entire time. Or to focus on improving my reading so that I can get a certain score on the LPE. These are like specific things that you can do. Measurable. So can't know if you've achieved your goal if you don't have any quantifiable way to measure it. So you can do this with time. So if you say, okay, I'm going to do 1 hour per week every week, then know if you've achieved it. Okay. It's doable. So don't set unrealistic goals. Think out. You can't say I'm going to learn English perfectly in 6 months. Some people make these claims. A lot of businesses and companies and English companies say, "Oh, we'll help you learn English perfectly in 6 months." It's just not. It just doesn't work that way. It takes a long time to learn a language. I mean, maybe some people can achieve a relatively high degree of proficiency in 6 months if they're immersed in an English-speaking environment. But become a perfectly proficient speaker, it takes time, So don't be so hard on yourself. Think of realistic, okay? So something that you can actually do with your time. If you're so busy, then you don't want to tell yourself that you're going to study for 6 hours a week. You just don't have time to do that. Goals are timely, so giving yourself a deadline. Do this by this date. Okay. A lot of this is just common sense, but I think it's really important for you to think about this in the context of this class because we have 10 weeks, right? What are you going to achieve in 10 weeks? How you are is entirely up to you. Dilek and I are here to help you and want you to achieve your goals. So I would say during your first session with myself, Dilek, please be ready to tell us what you want to do. What you plan to accomplish in these 10 weeks. So far? Good?
You have informed us that the licenses will be kept with us until 1 year, right?
Yeah.
Okay, then you will be following up with us until the end of the licenses, or only the 2 months or 10 weeks that you have mentioned?
Yeah, during the first 10 weeks. However, this course won't be running in the summer, but it'll be back again in the fall and the spring. And so I've taught this course many times, and I've had a lot of students come back. So if you want, you can always come back and take the course again.
The license sure will be with us until that time.
Absolutely. So you'll have 1 year from the day you purchased it.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. For today, I'm going to let you guys out a little bit early, which is great. For those of you who are awake at the crack of dawn, you can go back to bed. Or probably not. You probably have busy days ahead of you. Does anybody have any questions? Nope. Thank you so much. I really appreciate everybody being here, and I'm really looking forward to get to know you and working with you. So I hope you all have a beautiful day. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Soon, in the next session, and I'll be presenting. Thank you very much for the participation. Okay. Bye.
Bye. Bye, everybody. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. So, Jack, you can go ahead and end the session whenever you would like. The host.
I've just sent you an email with the spreadsheet, and
Great.
we'll talk.
Okay, great. Thank
Okay.
you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you.